Oh, look at that. I like that, man. I
You
didn't
like
even know
that?
because I was starting to get this. Yeah, you got the purple light.
Yeah, I got the purple, man. Come on,
That
glass.
looks really good. I'm so glad you did this for our trilogy for the M. Night Shyamalan. I guess the trilogy. I just said that. The
Yeah, the
final
trilogy.
chapter
It's a
of this,
trilogy.
of
It
like,
was a
it took almost
trilogy.
20 years to be done. The first one came in 2000, then
But that's
2016.
essentially that it was originally supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah, he had the trilogy in mind.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I mean, now
I
I
didn't read
can't
it.
wait to get your opinion on this because I think this is my third time watching it, but it's your first time. Because you did
Yeah, it was
mention
my first time
something that
watching.
we know I try to withhold you from saying until for today's episode.
Which one was that? Because there was a whole bunch of stuff that I said in the last episode.
The train connection.
Okay, the train connection. Yeah, because it turned out the dad was the killed on the train for the
Yes.
beast. But also, I was right. I was right about the girl telling on her uncle.
Yes. Oh, I was going to mention that too. You were
Because
totally right.
because you just had that scene in the end. It's like she's gonna have to say something,
Yes,
So
Casey.
yeah,
It made her a stronger person than she was after she met with the
yeah.
beast.
With the beast, yeah, she became almost everybody became stronger if they met with the main characters.
Yeah,
It's
you
his
know what?
mom.
Even Bruce Willis, even David Dune's character, he's not actually become like a neighborhood superhero in a way.
Yeah, but the problem is his son became a stronger person too.
Oh, his son is definitely a strong person. He was like the
Yeah,
Robin, the sidekick, the guy in the chair. He
it's
was
it was
literally the guy in the chair.
it's a guy in the chair exactly. I
Yes.
don't know if he was sitting there watching porn, but the guy in the chair. A microchip
Yes, he was microchip. Yes.
or Alfred in a way, I guess.
Yeah,
Wasn't the
but like
butler?
I definitely help and like you could
Yeah,
tell that he's been taking walks like apparently he was trying to hunt down the horde with him
he's
and
been
his
hunting well
son.
because the horde's been going on town people.
Yes.
So yeah, it's and I like it because we get to see the director again.
Yes, you like that
Or
connection,
you
right?
killed me. Well, I don't care. It didn't matter if he was there or not. I just like
Yes.
that. Man, Jesus, let your daddy go take a walk.
that was that part was so funny. So I don't think you need to take a walk today, Dad. It's like
I don't think you need to take a walk. And he's
it's
just
such an
standing there
awkward
trying to get a
moment. Like
security. Yeah, he's just get a security camera. Like for the love of God, just let your dad take a walk.
that part was it was kind of funny and it's very uncomfortable for the guy because if I was there, like, dude, what's this kid's problem? Like, I would
I
encourage
know.
your father to exercise.
Just that was like the funniest thing in this no movie.
That
I
was
do wish it would have had a little more of Samuel Jackson's Glass character.
it is right because it's actually labeled after him, but it's whole plot of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the whole
What did you
movie.
think of this new psychiatrist lady?
Oh, I knew she was going to be bad from the beginning.
Oh, how is that? Or why
But
is
I
that?
didn't. Oh, what? Just the way it looked. I mean,
Okay.
but it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out. It had a whole secret society killing all these guys.
Yes.
I didn't see that coming. But when it shows Bruce Willis and the Beast, they bust out the window and they hit the ground. They start
Yeah.
fighting. You got all these cops with all this special equipment, and she's still wearing this white thing, this white deal to them. They're not shooting stuff. I was like, she's a bad person.
Oh,
Had to,
really?
because look at the way her character, even though they dressed her in white that make her like she's a good person, and they probably dressed her in white because she thinks she is righteous and she's a good person, but
Oh,
she's
right. Yeah,
not.
because the whatever the secret society group thing was
Yeah,
going on.
but I didn't know it was going to be secret. Honestly, I thought it was going to turn out she was going to be more like Harley Quinn or something,
Oh, interesting.
and turn into the dark side because
I
she had
thought
that
she
white, all
actually
that
like
white on.
I thought she like how I thought her origin was, right? She studied Kevin Randall Crumb's character from the reports, like, because in the last movie, well, I guess in Split, right? The psychiatrist said, if she retires or whatever, there's someone to take on the case. So I thought that was connected in a way.
It could be.
But apparently someone, studied her notes and stuff, and that's how we got to this point.
Yeah, that's how we got to this point.
And that makes me think
I
like,
mean,
this actually kind of for me, right? It could open up like the universe of their own because they started with these three. And then at the end, Glass's character, he wanted to expose there's people like them out there. And he probably realized that
yeah.
he was not the only one, or they were not the only ones.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess yeah, because apparently it was bigger. Because at the end you think he didn't see it all, but then at the very end of the movie, he saw it all. He was
Yes.
the master because he
He was
exposed himself. But I
smart.
do
Yep.
like it because his mom kept saying, "Oh, this is a liver edition," and he goes, "No, mom." He goes, "This is an origin story."
Oh, yeah, that was really good, right? At the trilogy, at the last one, it says, this is the original, and then he's right.
Yeah, it was an origin story, but not for him. It was for the three other people.
Yes, for the other people, it was so good.
Expose the superpowers. So yeah, I thought it was something. I mean, I was surprised though, because at the end, because that girl wants to save Kevin,
Yes.
the Beast. She goes, and then all of a sudden he gets shot. I was like, what?
Oh,
What kind of crap is this?
they trying to.
Then they all got these 3-leaf clovers. Was it 3 clovers, 4-leaf clovers?
Yes.
Tattooed on hands.
Yes.
And of course they draw Bruce Willis' character. I was like, what is this? I was like, man, what kind of movie is this? Because the movie, I didn't like this movie as much as Unbreakable still.
Unbreakable's the best one.
Split a little bit better. This one was really long too, and it just took forever to get to the payoff. And the payoff still, to me, wasn't near as great as the other movies.
No, it's not. This one is just, and then that's from what I heard, right? I don't know if it's true or not. The movie was supposed to be even longer.
Oh God, I couldn't.
They cut a whole actor or whole character out of this movie.
Huh. Well, it depends on how good that other character would have been, but I can't see it being any better. I mean, it's not. I'm not. This wasn't an awful movie at all. It closes us up. It's just. It's like I don't know because it went a different way to what you saw or what.
Yes.
But I mean, of course, I wanted more evil from Glass, but
I did too.
But the problem is none of the killers. They're all supposed to fight in, but they turned out none of them were really evil. It was actually almost a 3-way hero team up, orchestrated by Glass to expose people with superpowers.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, I didn't think the Beast was evil either. Like from this one.
Well, the Beast supposed to be. I mean, he crawls on walls and eats cheerleaders, but I mean, other than that, he wasn't that evil. I mean, it's basically the creature was supposed to save Kevin.
Yes, they're also supposed to save Kevin.
And he thought in saving Kevin, he's supposed to go find everybody that's been hurt, and save them. So he's kind of like a Thanos type character.
Yes, it is.
But the means. I mean, the end doesn't justify the means.
Oh.
You know? I mean, to do a whole lot of evil just to prove that he's right or he's good. But I mean, if you're not good, I mean, that girl was probably the genuine character, Casey.
Casey, yeah.
The character, her, she would be the genuine good person.
Yes, yes.
Because a good person is not even going to turn on a bad person, even if they do something bad to them.
Yeah, like what's that Stockholm syndrome thing, right?
I don't know if that's not Stockholm.
Well, in Split, kind of.
But I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They're probably connected. But the problem is, if somebody wrongs you, you're usually going to want to get even.
Yes.
But in her case, she doesn't.
She understands.
But she still wants, because she's good.
So she's good.
I mean, being good is sometimes, I mean, it's like, let's say they murder your family. Oh, we're going to execute them. That'd be the right thing to do. But the person is not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
I mean, come on. If you're either going to be good. Not.
It's the she believes a second chance thing.
Yeah, she believes in second chances, but the problem is she's fundamentally a good person.
So she's like Luke Skywalker, right? She's trying to see the good in people still.
Well, where's this coming from? Skywalker. He couldn't even
but
get
like,
a little.
Without that, like that's why
he couldn't even get Grogu to hang with. Okay.
I was gonna say because you see the good, right? That's why she didn't shoot her uncle when they were young.
Yeah. Well, she's not a bad person.
She's not a bad person.
She's not the bad person. I mean, she won't even let bad things turn her to the bad person.
So
see, that's the thing. Because that's the thing. Let's say so she was the shooter uncle. Everybody be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or she was to kill Kevin. Everybody would be okay with that. That's the problem. All because they did something wrong doesn't mean you do something.
Oh.
There's a lot of people in the world. They think they're so righteous that it's okay to do something wrong to fix their point or to make things good. You can't do something wrong and make something good, because if you do something wrong to make something good, it's not really good, is it?
And also, destroy that purpose, right? Destroys the whole point.
I mean, come on. This is like when we did the Batman. I mean,
I was going to point that up, like the Harvey Dent character. You can't do something bad to bring something good.
Or James Gordon, who says you got to have somebody to do. No, you got to take the high road constantly.
Oh, that's so tough, isn't it?
Or you're just a hypocrite.
So taking the high road, I mean, I'm no Captain America or Spider-Man, right? Those are the kind of guys that take the high road. Either, so. Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, that's the high ground.
The high ground, yo, that's funny. Oh, that's tough, taking the high road? How many people like? It's got to be like 1 out of 10 that does that.
It's tough sometimes. It's not all that tough. I mean, it's just you got to be stronger than the somebody else. You just got to be the strongest person. She's the strongest person.
She's the stronger. You know what? Now they talk to you about, yeah, she's the strongest person in this whole
Because
trilogy.
Because most people would go, no, I'm not going to say that person,
Yeah.
or I'm not going to help that person.
Even David's character, he didn't even take the high road. That's why he faked his car injury, so he would not play football, right?
Yeah.
Or was that taking the high road? That he actually no, he trying to do that for love.
He did that for love.
He did not do it the righteous way.
His wife passed away of cancer in this movie.
Oh yes, yep. Because
I thought that was going to be part of the story, but I was like, what? No wonder he's going around beating the crap out of people like Batman.
Yeah. How did you like that? They those guys on, I guess on some kind of YouTube, they just face punch people.
Give him. He's like, give him a Superman punch. I'm like, what is a Superman punch?
And then they mentioned Kryptonite too. The doctor, her name is Dr. Stavo. They did a Superman tie-in. That Superman punch, and then like, oh no, she knows they're Kryptonite. The water, you know.
The water and all that. Yeah. And here's the funny thing. She tries to convince them that they don't have superpowers.
That's the crazy thing. Right? What did you think when she was trying to do that? Like
I was like,
when her first impression for you.
If you're convinced that he doesn't have superpowers, then why do you have to spray him with water?
Oh,
because he got a steel door on his cell. Did you see how big that door was on his cell? He didn't have to, because they didn't put one of those on anybody else's door.
Yeah, it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I thought about that too. Like they did the water thing. Like, well, it's just their belief, right? Okay, so I let that pass. Like because she knows that their belief, they will fall into it.
But the funny thing, before we go too far, when you're talking about the water, because it shows a big giant water tank when she's telling about it. You do notice it even shows you how he's gonna die.
Wait. Say it again.
Because there's that puddle where they drowned him in.
Yes.
The camera films on it. Did you notice it?
I didn't notice that.
It shows the water tank and it shoots back, and for some reason it focuses on that hole in the ground.
Oh, I love it when he does the.
Because when I sat there, you see that because I'm like, why are they showing me this stupid pothole in the ground?
Oh, I didn't catch
weird when he shows the pothole, so you already know.
It does.
So when the water goes, you're like, no, they're not going to drown Bruce Willis's character. Yeah, they do. They drown Bruce Willis's character and he's dead.
Wow. They actually did the flashback scene when they talk about the story in Unbreakable. How those two boys trying to drown him in that pool.
Yeah, they did that. They showed that. Plus, they also showed that footage. They used a lot of the footage from Unbreakable.
Oh, yes.
Cut footage that you got if you got the special edition DVD, you got all that cut footage like Elijah going in the cyclone and getting all busted up.
Oh no, I don't have that.
We talked about that. I asked you if you saw that footage. They took that clip and put it in this movie. So
yes.
They took a whole bunch of footage. Even the weights deal, where he goes, oh, I know you could have lifted more weights. He's in the bed sleeping in the sun. That was a cut scene that they left in Unbreakable.
Oh, to fill in the gap. Because they probably thought like, well, we could probably use that footage. It's really great that they did too.
But I like it how they tied everything in. I mean, especially when you see the scene where was it Kevin's dad getting on the train?
Yes.
And as soon as he gets on the train, it cuts to the scene where Bruce Willis is about to take his wedding ring
Unbreakable,
off.
Yep.
I was like, wow.
Wow, that was really good tie-in.
But yeah, I guess we've already jumped away from where you're talking about the doctor with all the people.
Yes, I did, because I was like, did you believe her in any way? Like, because even David asked her, are you just trying to explain everything away?
Okay. Yeah, when it starts talking to Bruce was like, this scene is so lame. This scene is so lame. But after she got done with Bruce Willis and he kind of did that, then she started going after Kevin or the Beast.
Yes.
Then I kind of thought for a second, I thought, maybe she is really a psychiatrist and this is all fake. For a second I did. I thought, maybe this is it. But,
okay, so I did have that thought, okay?
But you still have a problem with all you've already seen.
Yes. But
still you're wanting to think, well, maybe he's going to switch this on us and he's going to show us how everything in this whole movie was actually fake.
Oh, you were thinking that, okay.
Because when she does Kevin's deal, she does the best job. Because she's like, the bars, they were like several hundreds of years old.
Oh, that one, yes.
The shotgun stuff, it was really old and had water in it.
Yeah. Oh, so that was actually, you know what? That was the best explanation.
Yeah,
And then
but
she tied in the rock
okay.
climbing thing with the beast being able to climb on walls.
Yep, yep. Because all we did is walls. Eventually, we see
No,
ceilings.
you're right. Yeah. So she did the best explanation. The only explanation I didn't like with David's part was about the injury. He sustained the injury, but that doesn't explain about him ripping the car door.
Yeah, it didn't explain hardly anything on David. That's why I was like, nah, I'm not convinced on David. But when she got
Yep.
to the Kevin, I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna show us and we're gonna know. Because I mean, what's it gonna do for Elijah? He's acting like a vegetable, and he
Yeah.
doesn't really have any known superpowers. I mean, he's still gonna have fragile bones, whether she explains it to him or not.
Yep.
She's not gonna be able to explain why he's got so smart.
So it's the only two that people that have superpowers is Kevin and David,
Yeah.
right? Because
Well,
even the Horde questions, like they thought they were the only one
yeah, they're I thought
until
were
they
the only
start
one.
fighting David. Then like, why is this guy as strong as the Beast?
Exactly.
That's when the Horde start breaking itself apart because now the belief is gone.
Yeah, well, they're to back up. Well, that's because they're realizing this guy's not so strong. Maybe we can back him up. Because see, the problem is they didn't want to back all the voices didn't wanted to back up Beast. They're like first they didn't want to back up. Then after this all respect they got, they all started to back him up.
Yes.
But then after he started getting beat down, they're like, yeah, let's distance us. And that's the way a lot of people are because it's all going in one guy's way. But you know, it's usually you got that bully, and all these people want to go with that bully until you beat the bully. And then everybody's like, oh, I never condone anything that bully did.
Oh yes.
But I'm like, why are you with him? Why are you hanging with him? But it's all in Kevin's body.
Oh. And
Plus,
I
I
did
do
like
like the
we
light.
saw more, yeah, the light part, and then we saw more of the different personalities. We saw a
Yeah,
set
when
of
they,
twins, some kind of
yeah.
Japanese film professor that was really weird.
I thought we saw him in the first
Like a little,
split.
oh, probably in the videos.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was in the videos. Some of those were in the videos, but yeah, we did see a lot more people because every
yeah.
time the flash lights, which is weird, they had this lights programmed. Every time it flashes, it turns into
Someone have to
somebody.
watch it all the time too. You know, I like that
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
And like for Elijah, it's just well, I like that Elijah was faking taking those pills the whole time. And what's really
yeah.
creepy is he gotten out of his cell like a couple of times. They're like, how did you get out of your cell, man? And they never question it. They just wheel him
Yeah.
back in.
I know. What a bunch of idiots. I mean, that's the thing. They just like he's getting out and he's like changing out all the stuff and doing all his things, and they put him
Yeah,
back in. They don't care.
yeah.
I like this. I would have tried to figure out how do you get out?
Yeah, because like they can give him like sedatives, right? And then that one of the guards, right, not the talkative one, the one that kind of looked like Fred Savage, he
The one
talked.
that's evil.
Yeah, they talk crap to him like if I drop this heavy flashlight, your knees are gonna shatter, right? And I was like, I forgot about that scene. I'm like, man, what is it? Does he really drop it on his legs? Like, cause I totally can't remember. Then he
Oh,
catches it. Oh man.
yeah, but the thing is, he's probably been breaking his legs on and off the whole time now.
Oh
For as
yeah,
long as he's been in there.
yeah,
You know, there's no telling what that guy's been doing to him.
yeah. These people with the power over the patients. Yep.
Yeah, because the most best up scenes, you know, he's Elijah's in that room, and that other dude, the talkative guy, goes in there and he's like, "Hey, all your pictures are crooked,"
Yes.
and then he slits his throat.
Well,
He's
he
like,
does
"Man,
it
it's
so
taking me."
fast too. And
Yeah,
then like,
yeah, it's so fast because I couldn't even figure out what it was. It didn't dawn on until you see that. It's that's because he busted all the pictures out to
yes,
get the glass
because he
out of it.
dropped the glass in that pile of broken glass. He's like, it took me a while to find the right one. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's some sinister stuff.
But you also think he's got that laser because remember they just take him and put that laser on him. They messed him up. Then he pulls out that laser, all the glass out of the
Yeah,
magnifying
that
glasses
little,
out the
yep.
laser, the focusing beams.
Oh,
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 that's crazy.
that was crazy. I was thinking like, what kind of surgery did they do to him?
That's just I guess they can do whatever they want in a mental institution.
Oh, it's just like who was the most, I guess not powerful in strength, right?
It was a smart one. It's
Well, the
glass.
smaller one's glass, definitely.
I mean, come on, he set the whole thing up.
Yes.
He didn't even think he was going to win. It wasn't his goal at the end of the movie. Wasn't to win. His goal was to show
Did you
that
think that? Did you think that they were going to that tower, the grand opening of that
you didn't
building?
think they're gonna. You think they're going to the tower? I thought they were going to the tower, but after the end, when you get to the parking lot, they decide, yeah, they're not ever going to show the tower. That'd
Yeah.
be too much.
Yep, because it
But
feels like
up
a
to that
low
point-
budget, right? They will only have one place,
Yeah,
that
but
the
up
men's
to that point, I
institution.
thought, are they really going to go to that tower? That's just crazy. but they don't. But the whole point is he
The
wanted to prove what
deception.
he. Well, it's actually he wanted to prove what he thought in the first movie.
Yes.
If there's people like this, and comic books have been telling the story for thousands of years, and it's been
It's been hidden.
suppressed.
Yep.
Yes.
Now I wish that they do whatever the secret society that the psychiatrist at Dr. Staples is in. I'm like, what kind of people are those? Are those the villains? Or are they trying to keep the things in order, not to freak everybody out?
Well, it's you know who's leads that group, right?
No.
Al Rose School. It's the League of Shadows, dude.
But this this is the department that controls superheroes.
You don't think it was the Court of Owls, do you?
No. Wow. I wish they did a moral story on that. But then it feels like they won at the end. Not the group of people, right? Not the also group.
He could make one more movie and just have it all about that society.
Yeah. Like for thousands of years they've been doing that. And
Well, how
then,
do we know that? How do we know that this society is not in another one of his movies that's already out? It's
oh,
not, is it?
I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, they could. They could be. This society could have exist. It just didn't show you the tattoos or anything in another one of his movies.
Oh, there's probably fan theories out there, like what this group is in the other movies.
Could
I mean, like
be.
the other movies, we haven't seen any kind of supernatural humans,
They
right?
would suppress it.
They would suppress it.
They would be suppressed.
Maybe like that guy in Lady in the Water, right? Like only works out one arm, you know?
Yeah. Well, we don't know that. They may came along later and killed the lady in the water.
Oh, wow.
It
Gosh.
appeared in a lot of the other movies and took care of business.
Yeah. And no, I was going to bring up another point, right? Because you like the MCU so much when people age. And this one, you could tell Bruce Willis and both Samuel L. Jackson age a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's been like almost 20 years.
The only thing problem is Sedgwick never ages. Or Harewick, whatever his name is, the kid, the 9-year-old.
What? He's like a 20-year-old now, right? Like, but his face looks like the same, yeah. Like,
So yeah, I'm just saying, because very patient. I mean, the body ages, but he doesn't age.
yeah, he looks like he has that baby face.
So I
Yeah.
like that where they even tell him, because you actually probably one of the more special ones. You get to be 9-year-old forever.
Oh, you talk about Wendell. I thought you talk about David's son.
Yeah, was it Wendell?
No, that's not Wendell. His name is Hedrick.
Wasn't it Hedrick? Yeah, Hedrick. I can't remember what his name is.
I can't remember
Yeah.
David's son's name now. Joseph.
Joseph. Yeah.
They
He
use
aged.
another cut. I don't know if they use a cutscene or is that digital when he talks. When Joseph remember a scene about his dad being a superhero and he said he would keep his secret. It looks like
Yeah,
he was going to
that's a
bed.
cutscene. That's a cutscene.
Oh, because
Because I saw that scene a long time ago in the other deal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because basically the way I've actually already saw parts of this movie a long time ago.
Yeah, just from the cutscenes, just from
Yeah,
Unbreakable.
just for watching the cutscenes that they took out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. That's smart.
You know, I
Good thing he's.
still like
does
this
cutscenes.
trilogy a lot.
This trilogy's pretty good. I mean, not
It's very
everybody sees-
original.
Yeah, it's original. Who would ever guess this would have Unbreakable would have turned into a trilogy?
Yeah, who would
I
ever
never
thought
saw this.
Glass would actually tie
Because I
back
remember
in
when
with,
Split.
you know.
Because when Split come out, I mean, that's the nice thing is trilogy. It wasn't announced.
Yes, trilogy
You know,
that wasn't
'cause
announced.
Nobody knew it was a trilogy until they went and saw Split and
This-
watched the end of it.
This fell into the category of like, oh, you know what? People are loving the stuff back in 20 years ago, right? And Glass is still like, oh, going back to Unbreakable. But it's not done the same way like, oh, you know, another fourth movie or something. Like Matrix 4. Like the Matrix was
Yeah.
1999, then they just released the Matrix. Like this is on a whole different
Well,
level.
why was that? Yeah, that was a bad afterthought. It was like,
Yeah.
which
But Glass
really-
was not a
yeah.
bad afterthought, you know?
Yeah, well, this wasn't. Yeah, well, the Glass wasn't the bring back. It was just to finish the story.
It's your finish. It's still going literally.
Yeah, I mean, because I can't see you argue that Matrix 4 was to finish the story. The story was done with 3.
Yes, this was done with
Yeah.
3, and then they have to bring it back.
And it's, for some reason they were like, hey, it's the year 2020, 20 or 21, whatever year that happened. It's 2021. They're like, hey, let's put another spin on it and tell you that really wasn't in the story. This is another story, and it's all about Trinity. Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but this one is totally different. I still
this
like the
is a whole
superhero
different,
aspect of it. I like that Bruce Willis walk around. I like the Joseph being the sidekick to his father.
Yeah.
When they're like,
Yeah, I
hey,
like
you know, when he bumped into Hedrick, that was huge.
Yeah, I love that, especially because I love that character, especially when the jump kicks the
He
door.
jumps the door. Then he freaks himself out. Then he runs off.
Yeah, he
There was
blows all the way
nobody
down,
else.
and he goes down to this. What is it? The underground. He sees
Like
all
where
the
the homeless people, yeah, go.
He's, hey, I'm like one of y'all, and then all of a sudden he turns into the beast.
Yeah, he's like, are you okay? One of the guys.
Yeah, that's the Batman movie. Nice coat.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing because they were around that fire, right, in their barrel.
Yeah, nice coat. I'll throw it away.
I thought that Russian dude was
like,
going to show
be careful who sees you with that.
Oh, they're going to come looking for you. Who?
They're gonna
Everybody.
come looking for you. Yeah. He turned into the beast.
Man, now I wish, like, I mean, I
And he
haven't
smashed
seen
that
the new
cheerleader
one,
with the
but-
table.
And like this time, the fight scene between the Beast and Bruce Willis was pretty good in the beginning. He
Yeah.
throws a table
Was
at
it
him.
the Overseer? What it was called?
Oh, the Overseer, yes.
Yeah. Green
Man.
Coat Man. Yeah. He throws that table, hits that cheerleader, smashes it against the door.
Oh, I know.
I was laughing.
Man, that was pretty messed up, though.
Oh, that was funny.
You sound like a terrible person.
I might be. I mean, come on, you look at it.
Man, I know,
Look at
both
me.
purple.
I'm
I'm
in
trying
the
to wear a
purple,
purple shirt, but like I try to wear a picture of a villain, but it's just Halloween Michael Myers.
Well, I'm wearing my
Like a Tommy Plaza shirt. Nice.
Nakatomi Plaza shirt because I thought it was kind of funny because the building in this was what is it, Osaka building? Remember,
What?
there's a whole brand new biggest skyscraper in Philadelphia.
Oh, yes,
built.
yes, yes, yes.
The whole center point of the movie, and that's where the villain's gonna go and fight. So I thought, this is what I gotta wear.
Oh, nice
plus
tie-in.
Plus Bruce Willis. Come on,
Yes.
Die Hard. For anybody who doesn't know, this is
This
Die Hard.
this is just my
I mean,
dollar shirt.
if
from
you don't know
Walmart.
this is the Die Hard shirt, then y'all didn't watch our Die Hard show.
Yes, or even
Shame
Die
on
Hard.
you. Shame on you.
There should be shame on not watching Die Hard. Nakatomi Plaza, which is the
Shame
Fox
on
building
you. I
back
saw
in
it.
the day.
I watched it. And it had Carl Winslow in it too. So
So that's-
this one didn't have anybody from Family Ties or any of that.
no, and
Family Matters or whatever that.
I was gonna say, did they use a lot? No, so when those three people were in the same building, right? I thought it was really weird and awkward that the room was pink, right? Was it pink in a way?
Yes, it was pink. I was
Like
thinking,
in a
what?
hospital like that, I thought everything would be
Hey,
white or
it
taupe.
must have been an old room. It must have been an old room.
And it was kind of huge, right? Like it feels
I mean,
like
well, you
this
got to think a
building
lot
just
of
for
this.
these guys.
A lot of the mental institution type hospitals are old.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I haven't been in one, but I've seen one. I know where one's at. It was built around what 1920s and stuff.
Wow.
Because a lot of these, you got to think a lot of these buildings are built to do something else. A lot of them were old military hospitals and stuff for World War One, World War Two.
Well, it
I mean, I don't know
reminded me
if
of
this
that
one
movie,
was.
The Frighteners.
I don't know if that one it was in this movie, but I know from like some hospitals in certain cities around here that they were old hospitals and they turn them into institutions.
Oh, I did not know that. That's a very interesting fact.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know that they build mental institutions like that anymore. So they're just old buildings because nobody wants to mess with those type of people.
Like,
I mean, it's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't. Usually, if you've got mental problems, they usually just let you stay home, and eventually the cops come and shoot you on national television. But in the old days,
They put
they
you in
used
a
to
place.
lock you up, and pretty much lock you up and throw away the key.
Oh.
And then the doctor got to do whatever they wanted to. You just can't come
What do you
out.
mean by the doctor got whatever they wanted to? What does that mean?
Oh, they did all kinds of brain crap to you. You know, get that little round thing and they hit you in that lobal, hit you in one side of the head, hit you on the other side of the head, or they drilled a hole in your head and took part of your brain out.
So you're saying they don't do that stuff anymore?
I don't know.
Probably
I mean,
not in the U.S.
I don't know. Just once you're away, how you doing?
Yeah, how will we know, right? No one's doing a story
Exactly.
on
How
that.
do you
Yeah.
know? I mean, I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's still some shady crap going on with
That
mental
we
people.
don't know. Yeah, but not in a well lit, area like that.
Because I mean, come on, all the way up to the '60s, they gave people shock treatment, and they probably still do that. Where they shock you every time you got a
They did
problem.
that in Ghostbusters.
No, beyond that. That guy signed up. He got 25. What did he got paid? $15 or something?
$5. It's not
Oh,
worth that
$5.
$5.
Man, that guy got ripped off.
Oh, but back then, I don't know. In the '80s, $5 was like good $15 maybe.
I don't know. In the 80s is when all the inflation, so that guy got ripped. They got ripped off.
Oh,
That was probably his girlfriend he showed up with.
yes.
No, it wasn't. We saw that guy.
Oh, I like the points of the movie when that the first orderly person that talks to Glass, right? He said to Glass or Elijah that like, oh, this new doctor shows up with all this new fancy equipment, and now changing of the order way that we do things around here.
Yeah, because they probably beat the mental people.
Oh,
Well, I
that's
bet
really
you they
good.
did. I bet they abused them. But here's the one I thought. When Glass escapes, it shows him Glass and then the Beast pushing him in the wheelchair and they go out. I thought this mental institution has the crappiest security
Security,
I've
right?
ever
Yeah.
seen.
So you talk about
I
all
mean,
these cameras.
you see like all this. You see all these security guys, all these cameras and stuff, but they don't do anything. I mean, they don't do anything. They're not even there on that floor where they keep all these guys.
I saw
And
one
then when they make it
security
to
guy.
then when you make it to the parking lot, all of a sudden all the security
Yeah.
people show up.
Maybe
It's
they
like,
were all
where
outside.
were these guys
They were
at?
all outside.
Yeah, where were these guys
Even
at?
the doctor Staples said there's hundreds of cameras. Well, okay, but nobody's manning them.
Yeah, nobody's watching them. But we do see why all the cameras work. There's that scene where it shows all the cameras being installed.
Yes.
And then later on, they go through the basement. Of course, he's like, I don't know why he'd go through the basement. It takes even longer.
Yes.
But I'm stopped in the basement room, and he goes messes with the computers and walks off.
For
That's
a
where
doctor, you're not very smart.
exactly. Well, she's a psychologist.
Yeah. So
How
out
smart
of
do you
these
think a
three
psychologist
guys'
is? They
rooms,
just listen to you.
Elijah has no weakness. The Horde was the lights to change their personality, and
Yeah.
David was water, right? And all Glass was just a room
Yeah,
that
they
he
can
was
do
locked
anything.
in that he
All
can
they
get
did
out.
is all they did wanted to do is fill him up with medication and then hope they could damage part of his brain. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot that laser. Oh, this is a treatment. I'm like, yeah, right. You're gonna fry part of his brain.
But it looked like it didn't work.
I know. You should have stuck his head in the microwave.
It looks like a day surgery, right? Like whatever they did, like the next day, like his plan was supposed to be next. It's like, so for the men, right? Well, I had LASIK. Yeah, you're right. After 15 minutes, you're literally done. Like this is his version of LASIK or vasectomy. Like, hey, this is just a day surgery. You could go home today.
Okay. Hey, wait. What's there, a laser used in a vasectomy? I didn't think so.
But it feels like
use a little.
whatever laser they did to the brain, right?
It's weird. I mean, I guess we saw that. That was in the James Bond movie. Goldfinger. Did you ever see it? He almost got a vasectomy with a laser. Well, eventually we'll get to it. You'll see it.
Well, maybe I did. I don't remember it.
I doubt you. Yeah.
I'll see. I might have. I don't know. I mean, like when I was like an older kid, I might have seen it before I moved to this country.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
No, I really don't think you did.
I mean, I saw some James Bond movie that I seen that I remember the scenes from, but I can't remember who was.
Where he's on the table, tied down on the table, and the laser's shooting between his legs.
I don't know. I don't remember that scene.
Okay.
I remember one of the scenes of the woman bathing in a tub.
Well, there's a lot of that's in every James Bond movie.
See, that I just can't figure out which one.
Yeah,
eventually
it's either the shower or the bathtub. So.
Yeah, probably like 40 years later. Oh, this is the movie I saw when I was 5 or something.
Yeah. Well, okay, we'll eventually get to that.
Yes.
Yeah, they're using a laser to.
So they use a laser on the head, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But there's no bandages. I guess they don't have to open
I'm sure it focuses just right and it goes right through the skull and into the brain.
Oh, kind of like radiation.
Yeah. Sure it is. I mean, because you should get it so hot. I mean, have you ever seen those cubes that they make? They build something inside the cube, like a little plane or jet.
Oh, and it
two lasers. Where lasers will shoot together. It won't damage the surface of the cube.
It's just where they intersect.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, you got to remember, he had a big old giant microscope thing. I'm sure there's ways to do it. You don't have to cut a hole into it.
You know what? And they didn't explain that science anyway, and I didn't really question it until now.
Because I'm sure there's no base on it. I mean, it's going to work. If the Beast can turn into a guy that walks in ceilings and walls, and Bruce Willis can't get damaged by anything, lasers work, okay?
So are you saying, like, let's just say from a normal person's perspective, right? Let's just say this Dr. Stable doesn't have a secret society. Was she literally trying to explain all the logic away to cure these guys?
I guess she was. I don't know how she was.
Because
Because I mean,
I'm
because it
curious.
makes it just got you to question it. But then I think the whole point was to make you question it back. It's like, then what did we see in the last two movies?
Or maybe make me question, like, what if there are people like this out there that suppress themselves?
I'm sure there is, but the whole point of it, we turns out that Elijah's right. The comic books have been telling stories that people have heard. So the Greek gods are probably real, and all the stories you've already heard were
That's
always real, and that's what inspired our comic books.
so. Let's. No, I just thought of an interesting question. So it doesn't matter which power you have, right? Let's just say it's a simple one, like you're really strong or something, right? Would you
Okay.
hide it away, afraid that you might hurt others?
Would
If
I
you were
hide it away?
David Dune,
I wouldn't do what David Doom did, but yeah, I might use it. I'm not going to let everybody know that I'm super strong.
right? But
I'm
only
not going to
help.
say I won't use it.
Yeah, I won't say I won't use it. I won't let everybody know. But
Yeah, I'm not going to let everybody know.
I probably,
Eh, I can't see how that would work in your favor to let everybody know.
it
Because
won't work
let me
because
put
people
it this
might,
way: it's
yeah,
what's like what she pointed out. She
people
pointed
will
out,
lock
oh
you away.
yeah, about the circus people. Well, she didn't talk about the party. Well, all the circus people. Think of all the freaks that did all the crazy stuff, the strong man and all
Mm-hmm.
those stuff. I mean, she was talking about spandex and all that crap, but put that away. All those people that had all those powers, they had to stay at a circus in a freak show. So they didn't live a normal life. They basically, hey, look what I can do, and got stuck in a freak show.
Yeah,
So basically, just basically what she's telling them: why don't you just hide it and not be a freak anymore, and you can live among society regularly.
right.
But if you're
Because
going to show it,
the
but if you're going to
normal.
show it, you're just going to be a sideshow, and that's all people are just going to gawk at you.
Oh.
And that would scare Kevin's characters because they don't like to be made fun of because they're
Yeah,
different.
yeah, because that's the reason of the whole horde.
So yeah, basically that's what the whole point of that is. There's all the people that ever have all the superpowers. They don't kill them. They're in freak shows or a Ripley's Believe It or Not or something like that.
And
And
we've
nobody,
seen Kevin a lot in this one, and then all the other personality trying to suppress him down.
yeah, because they keep because we find out love brings him back.
Yes. Oh, love
Yeah,
brings
which
him
is
back.
crazy.
That's
Yeah, it's
really
love is what brings it back.
which makes sense because he
Well, it's
wasn't in
also
love.
because the problem is they already know that girl's damaged. She's been hurt just like Kevin,
Yes.
so they're not going to be able to protect him from her because she's just like Kevin. That's why they have to when she comes up to him, they have to just move over and let Kevin come out.
Oh, that's right, because they're not protecting him from.
Yeah, they're protecting him
Oh,
from somebody who will hurt him, but she can't hurt him because she's just like him.
and she's not there to
So
hurt
in a
him.
way, she's his kryptonite. She's the beast's kryptonite.
She's the beast's kryptonite.
Yeah,
Oh,
because the beast can't hurt her either. Because the beast can only hurt people that will hurt Kevin. If she loves Kevin, it's not gonna hurt her.
yeah, it's not gonna hurt her. Oh,
Because Mary even went up to him when he was almost turned into the beast.
and
He
she's
just yeah.
damaged too.
Well, she's not.
She felt
Yeah.
the
Well, she's
pain.
somebody got hurt. I guess we
Yeah,
shouldn't call somebody damaged,
yeah,
but
she
yeah, she's
felt the
somebody
pain.
because
She gone through suffering,
yeah, she went through suffering and is a very
and
strong
that's
person.
why when the beast first met Glass, right? He knows that he's going through suffering. Like, what do you know
Yeah.
about pain? It's the only thing I know my whole life.
Yeah, he's like, man, I can't do anything this guy. Up until the end where we realize that Glass is the one that creates.
Yo, that created him. Oh my, that was such a good review to me.
Yeah.
Like the first time I watched it, I was like, whoa.
Because it's funny because Glass figures it out. And he's
Oh
thinking,
yeah, he totally
But
figured.
the
He
funny
already
thing, he
knew.
figures out, yeah, he thinks, well, how am I going to use this?
Yes.
But then we also know that Dunn's son finds out too.
Yep. Because he'd
So
find
when it
out that
tells,
was like that was in a comic book store. The same thing with Casey.
he does that. Yeah, it does that whole same scene. Yeah, basically the whole same scene as Glass. Remember, he goes,
Yep.
you ever not be over there looking at the Japanese
Japanese anime or whatever.
or whatever. You hear that guy yelling at him, and he starts to walk out, and then he turns and sees that one comic book.
That was actually pretty good trying to find the origins of Kevin Randall Crumb's parents.
Yeah. And then, of course, he tells him, and then, of course, he's like, oh, it's not supposed to happen yet.
Oh. Yes.
But I do like it because Glass is kind of arrogant too. Because at the end he goes, so I created both for you, so I am a genius.
Yeah, and then it turned out the beast kills Glass easily, obviously.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that hard. I mean, you could have threw a paperclip at him and killed him.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Now that the more I think about this movie, like next time I watch Unbreakable, right? These two have to come along. Before I was watching Unbreakable, but then That was before Split even came out. I really like Unbreakable, but then
Yeah,
like
I always liked Unbreakable. I mean, the thing is, Unbreakable is long, but the problem is, I like the reveal at
you know, it's
the
really
end.
funny. We
I
keep
like
saying
the
Unbreakable is long,
heartbreak.
right? It's not even over 2 hours. Why do we
Yeah, it's
keep
not
saying
that
that
long,
it's
but it
long?
feels long because it's just slow. But it wasn't
Yeah,
as slow the last time I watched it. Didn't see it was bad, I guess.
yeah.
But the problem is, oh, there's not a problem. It's just I like the reveal at the end of that
I do
movie.
too. It feels like
And this
Unbreakable is
movie
longer
kind of
than
has a real.
Glass was. Not.
This one has a reveal at the end too. But the problem is, nobody got to see Glasses. I mean, what Glass did
No.
at the end of the first movie.
Like if you just watch Glass without watching Unbreakable, I feel like people are missing out a lot. Even
Yeah, you're
Split.
missing a lot. Yeah, you're missing out.
You
You
can't
got to
watch
see.
Glass without watching the first two.
And I think you can watch the first probably Glass. Now, because you want to see why that girl happened to that girl.
Yes, the Casey.
But even though the Casey's like more almost the main character of the Split.
I just realized these 3 movies would also be awesome as a mini series, like a 9-episode thing.
Yeah, I guess. But I would rather just watch it in 3 movies and be done.
I did too. I really enjoyed it. You know, this is one of the movies, right? I watched Unbreakable. Okay, it makes sense, right? It's no sequel. The only
But
sequel
yeah, you're
is,
right. This could
you
have
know,
been a nine
yeah.
series.
But I was thinking, like, well, I want to go back to finish my thought. A lot of times when you see a movie that's good enough, right? Like at the end of Unbreakable, okay, it doesn't need a sequel. If they do a sequel, right, it's probably more on Glass's character. But what
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan did is like he created a whole new character to fit inside Unbreakable and Glass, and I freaking loved that in a way.
Well, yeah. Well, and he has to have somebody to stop Dunn's character.
Yes.
Because Glass, I mean, come on. Even Lex Luthor always has henchmen.
Well, I was going to compare Glass to Lex Luthor in a way because he uses his intelligence.
Yeah, Lex Luthor.
Yes,
Has
it
henchmen.
is.
What did I just say? I say Lex Luthor.
You said Lex Luthor, but I
Okay.
mean, like, I was,
Oh, okay.
going back on what you said, like, you know,
Okay.
piggyback
For a
on what you
second, I
said,
thought.
yeah.
For a second, I was like, "What?"
It's just like Lex
what,
Luthor, yeah.
What villain did I say?
You know, every time I think of Lex Luthor, I think of Gene Hackman. Is it Gene Hackman?
Yeah, it is Gene Hackman. Because Gene Hackman is like, dude.
Yep. I mean, there's other people play Lex Luthor too, but
yeah,
but that's the always one that I'm thinking about.
Nobody did Lex Luthor as good as Gene Hackman.
No, well, at least not from what I've seen.
Not from what I've seen. I mean,
the only other person I've seen is like Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't know.
But it's not enough scenes for me to see.
Exactly, I would say that too.
It's not enough scenes for me to judge.
I mean, we can see crazy.
Yep.
But he wasn't near as much of a mastermind to me, or is evil.
Yeah.
I mean, they took with Jesse Eisenberg. They took the I'm crazy. This is why I'm doing it. See.
I need to see
Gene
more,
Hackman.
actually.
But Gene Hackman was I'm evil.
Oh yeah, Gene Hackman, yes.
And this is why I'm doing it.
Comedic evil, kind of like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah. He was basically I'm evil. Get over it. This is what I'm doing.
You know, on this, right? Like, you know, on the first Unbreakable, you won't know until the end of Samuel L. Jackson's character is evil. But on this one, it didn't seem like that to me. Like you said, right? I feel like Glass should have been more evil in this movie, but it wasn't brought like that to me.
Because he had a different. I mean, yeah, you're right. He wasn't evil because he had his goal, but he wasn't really ever evil in the first one either.
Oh,
I mean, he didn't kill those. He didn't kill in his mind. In our minds, he killed thousands of people.
Oh, in his mind, he's not.
In his mind,
he's finding.
He just did like an experiment. He did like a little experiment. It was like getting a jar of ants to figure out which one's the toughest. I mean, to him, he didn't kill a bunch of people. He found a superhero. That was his goal. His whole goal in that movie was to find a superhero.
To find someone that's
that he belongs. All he wants to do is belong. All this movie, because he at the end of the class, he's like tells his mom he wasn't a mistake.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was actually very good. I can't believe he didn't point that out. Because his mom said to the psychiatrist, his whole life he thought he was a mistake, and at the end when he said like, "I'm not a mistake, Mama. I'm meant to do this." So it was like, whoa, that's.
And the whole thing, his whole point was to show the world that there's people
like those assists, yeah. Even though he's not one of them.
Yeah, he is one of them. He's so fragile.
He's so fragile, yeah.
And the rest of them are so strong.
But okay,
the problem is when they're fragile, we just go over. It's like ugly people. You don't look at them. You just want to notice the other people. You want to see all the good people, the beautiful people.
Yeah. Wow. Well, now it's just blowing my mind, Shane.
So the whole point of his life is just to prove that he matters.
Ooh.
That's all he wanted to do. Because most people in life, that's what they want. That's what regular people in life want. And most of them don't. Not a lot of people don't get it. That's why you have so many problems in them.
Oh. Wow.
That recognition that they matter, and a lot of people
Recognition they
just
matter, and some
and
people.
a lot of times people treat people like they don't.
Wow.
It's a Ghostbusters. Remember, that's New Yorker's God-given right.
Yeah, it's like to give a crap. Yep. Wow.
So that was the whole point of his deal, was to matter.
Now
And
I'm
that's
curious
in
to see.
a way, that's the same reveal as the first movie. Because
Now
that's why you're like, man, this guy did all that just to matter.
that's right. You know what? Like I did like. There were certain scenes that took a long time, right? Like when Bruce Willis locked those security guys and that's a container. Then he used like a light post
Yeah,
to
I was like,
lock
hurry
them
up.
in there.
Just hurry up. Goodness gracious.
The scene was really long, right? I mean, like, they're supposed to be super strong, but it takes a long time for them to do that kind of stuff. It's not like when we think of super strong, we think of Superman, right? Like, oh, they could crumple it out like a piece of paper real quick. But like, if you think about it, I do like how M. Night Shyamalan shows the strength of these characters by doing it really slow, because like
a little more
we can't
realistic.
even do it. Yeah, like more realistic. Thank you.
Yeah, more of a realistic type for a human. But you got to remember, Superman's an alien, so it's not going to matter. If the dude can jump and it looks like he's flying.
Yes. Well, kind of like the Hulk, right? You crumple like a tank, like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But I do like that they show that so people could look at like, whoa, this is really happening.
Yeah, but it does puzzle me one part. Well, Bruce Willis, and that's because Bruce Willis' character is the good guy. You remember where they're sitting in the room with all three of them?
Yes.
All he has is these chains holding him to the floor.
Yeah.
Little puny chains compared to anything.
So it brings your theory back. Okay, so you have what did you say, like a 5-inch steel wall, right? And now you have these chains. Then what's the point of the door? What are these point of these chains?
I guess her assumption was she puts those little chains on him, and she tells him he can't break free of them.
Oh, it's a mind control thing.
Because the problem is, what's also the problem is with him, I'm thinking, is he didn't ever want to be a superhero anyways.
No, that's why he stayed
hidden.
He didn't
have those powers, so he was almost willing to believe her. The Beast took a little harder because he had to be special.
Yes. Who did you think would have win in a fight? David or the Beast?
I think David would have won.
Oh.
Well, do you think that? Who do you think?
I don't know. I thought it would be like one of those deals from the 80s actions, or between The Rock and Vin Diesel in Fast 5. Like they are not allowed to win in a fight. They had to come in a draw.
But no, we can't do that. That's not how the works. Because anyways, we already know that Vin Diesel would lose to The Rock in real life. I mean, come on.
Okay. So
the only reason Vin Diesel.
Well, explain why you would think David would win, because he's unbreakable. Because Kevin, the Beast trying to do that move on him, and it was not budging.
Get hurt. The Beast can still get hurt.
Yes, the Beast can still get hurt.
But from what we can see, Bruce Willis' character can't get hurt. He's unbreakable.
He's unbreakable.
Come on, he was in a train and didn't die.
And didn't get a scratch.
Yes, didn't get a scratch. So why would the Beast be able to do anything?
Yeah, the Beast won't be able to do.
I mean, that's the thing. He could probably slam David around for maybe hours, maybe a day. But at the end, the Beast eventually get tired.
Yes.
I mean, even though all the personalities do eventually go, yeah, this guy's too tough to stop. And he actually probably hurt the Beast. The Beast can take pain. We already saw the Beast get shot with the messed up shotgun, and it hurt.
Yes. Oh.
I mean,
David would have won.
David's character could just drag him across the concrete asphalt, and he would just eat his skin off, and he'd be like, "Oh, this hurts, man. I'm done."
Oh,
he did burn.
The fight scene was pretty cool though. Like they slam each other against the van. I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty
that's
badass."
The thing, and that's the thing. We see this whole fight scene, but then you see him tell him, "Oh, you're not real," and then we're like, I'm sitting there. Are they going to show us how it was actually fake? And this all the movies were all in their minds.
Yes.
But it turned out it wasn't.
So now I have an interesting question towards the end of our show. There's so many people that believe aliens are out there, right? But I wonder how many people will believe like there's superhumans among us. It's easier to believe that this is a more simple thing to believe than other alien life. It's easy to believe that, right?
There's people that do extraordinary things on and off.
Like what? Like you talk about like athleticism or
athletics types things. There's people. I mean, come on, people believe in mind reading, all this other stuff too.
Mind reading.
Well, to a point, you know what I'm saying, right?
Like
like reading. People can tell the future sometimes, or think they can. And sometimes, I mean, stuff happens. If we can't explain, people do things that you can't
That's
explain.
that's very interesting because I don't know if you heard about this movie. It's on Disney Plus. It's called Encanto.
Okay.
Okay,
Keep
so
going.
it's just basically this family, right? Each of
Oh,
them
okay. I know.
have
I didn't
okay.
watch it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So it's basically like each kid have a special magic ability. By the time they hit this birthday, they get this special gift. It's just basically magic, right? So I was watching this movie, and this is what I said.
With your kids,
So
right?
what?
With your kids,
Oh
right?
yeah, with our whole family. It's a whole family
Okay.
movie
Because
night,
that's I
right?
thought it was a cartoon.
Because my boys, after they saw it once, they keep watching it by themselves too. And this is why I told Heather, oh, so this is basically a kid friendly version of X-Men without without discrimination.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because a
What
lot of
kind of
people
world
in
is
that
this?
town depend on these kids.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this is what David and the Bee saw. They hit a certain age, right? That's when we realize like, oh my god, I have this special talent. I could help people, or I could protect someone dearly close to me. In the horse case, it's just themselves. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like you said about mind reading, right? Oh, I only brought that up because you talk about people who think they can tell the future, and
Yeah.
there's a
Well, I'm
kid in that movie that can tell the future,
to the
right?
future, but
But
people
it
do all
always
kinds
feels
of
like it's
things.
something bad, so they think he brought that up. Like, dude, you ask him to tell the future. He's
Yeah.
telling you something bad's gonna happen, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that he caused the bad thing to happen,
Yeah.
but the character, right? He took it as that. And that's why he's like, you guys gotta stop asking me about the future. Because you think I caused
Yeah. You
this.
can't handle the
Yeah,
future.
you can't
Yeah.
handle the truth because you think I caused it. Like, oh, if you never said it, it would never happen. But that's why you can see the future.
But
Yeah.
anyhow, that's the thing is all through time, people have done certain things and people tell
Yeah.
stories about it. That's where you get all the folk tales and stuff. So
Oh,
something has to come from somewhere.
yeah. Something has
I
to come
mean,
from somewhere.
it's like vampires. People drinking blood. There are people who drink blood. There are not.
Oh.
There's people who've lived long. There's been people who lived long times, and a lot of it may be just hearsay or stories. You
So,
know.
so saying that, right? You know, a lot of people believe in Area 51 because the movies and pop culture and books like that, right? Now I'm thinking like, what if this movie is like? If we can treat this movie like how we believe in Area 51, maybe there are superhumans people out there, and this movie is trying to let us believe that a little bit.
Well, you've seen, like this the story of Greek gods in the Roman, in the Roman times,
Yeah.
Roman gods,
Yep.
like Zeus,
Susan. Yep.
Apollo. Where did all that stuff come from?
I don't know.
I mean, somebody had
Bedtime
to see
stories.
somebody do. I mean, Hercules,
Okay, so I don't want to knock on religion here, right?
Samson.
I don't want to knock on religion. I believe the Jesus
Oh,
person is real, but then it's just the stories are
yeah,
maybe exaggerated because they're written by men.
it could be,
Yeah, but it's just
or that
something like
stuff
that.
happened, or the people have done this stuff.
Maybe not done stuff. I don't know.
We know that. That's the problem. Even in the modern world, we'll do some weird stuff. We can get it. I mean, David Blaine does all kinds of crazy stuff, but we don't.
Yeah, imagine another person that tells that story, right? And then it's like, well, magic is real. Well, the way that this guy tells it, it seems like
Yeah,
it's real.
yeah. I mean, can you actually prove it's not?
Yeah, you can't because it's
On
magician
some of
never
these
reveal.
guys, you
Yeah,
can't.
he put
Yeah,
a
some of
metal
these guys.
plate through his body and came out the back like, dude, I see it with my
Exactly.
own eyes. Like, how do I know that's not real?
I
Because
mean, yeah.
we're trained to
We know
tell
what
the
it.
mind the magicians are illusionists.
Yeah, they're illusionists, but how do we know? How that somebody on Earth can't do that?
Exactly, and then they just tell them like, oh, I'm an illusionist. It's not
Yeah, don't
real.
worry about it. Exactly, don't worry about it.
Yep. So right before we end the show, I know you've seen the Doctor Strange 2 trailer, right?
Yes,
And then you saw the poster that came out.
I didn't see the poster.
Oh, so this is funny. So the
Just
poster that came out, right? People out there dissecting everything and whatever. And in the middle of the poster, right, it's looked like Doctor Strange doing this, and there's a whole bunch of broken glass around him in the back, right? And one of the reflections, you could see Deadpool doing this.
oh, I think I saw somebody show something like that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that
so
was real.
it's real. It's very clear. So now people are asking Ryan Reynolds, are you going to be in the movie? Are you in the Doctor Strange too? So you know how he is, right? He's like, well,
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm not in the movie. So the personality he has, right? He's just
yeah,
basically acting like Andrew Garfield, but it's like, hey, Andrew Garfield, are you in Spider-Man? No, I'm not in Spider-Man. No, that photo is a Photoshop. And now Ryan Reynolds is like, he's saying some very confusing stuff. When he said that, I think it was the reporter was asking him about the Project Adam. I can't remember what that other movie is though. Like he's talking to himself from the younger self or whatever. I don't know if you've seen that trailer. It looks pretty interesting about time travel.
No.
Oh yeah, I think it's a Netflix whatever. But the reporter asked him like, "Oh, are you in Doctor Strange too?" Right after it, just like the poster was just like a day ago, right? Like right after the trailer came out with a new poster, and people see Deadpool in one of the glass reflections.
Yeah. No, the only thing I saw lately was Ryan Reynolds. I found it on YouTube. It was a Ryan Reynolds versus Josh Brolin cut down battle.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you see that? Did you see that? He goes,
yeah, I see that. Like a wild.
I love it, especially because Roland goes, man, this is so hard to cut you down. Josh Brolin, that's because you're Canadian. Or nice.
Yeah, I love those games. I think it's on. I forgot what. I think it was a talk show, but then I seen Will Ferrell does it with Mark Wahlberg too. It's the same show. They sit against each other. They're trying to cut each other down.
Cut each other down.
And it's so funny. I know it was for Deadpool 2 for Ryan Reynolds and I almost said Dan, it was Josh Brolin, and for Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell was Daddy's Home 2. Yeah, they try to cut. I think it was a British show. They try to cut.
Yeah, it's a British show. So we gave them as a plug. They owe us.
Yes. Oh well. I think on this one I'm going to end it right here, so I can talk to Shane on the side, and maybe one day I'll release those clips because I do keep a backup of everything. So with that said, I'll end it on this one right here. See you guys next week.
Yeah, some shady deals going on.
Thank you for watching this segment of reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.